Check, check, check. Okay. Thank you, Mimi. Who knows how long that would have gone on? Okay, I'm going to do my little spiel again. And I'll be cutting off the first 10 minutes of this live stream once it processes. Okay, so that was the dress rehearsal that no one could hear of me explaining about this lesson. Hello. Wait a second. Let me see. Let me see something real quick. I can turn this up a little bit. I can turn this up a little bit. Ermergerd. Okay. Hi, welcome. Okay. This is a live stream lesson for the Paul Simon song Graceland. And this arrangement is available on Ko-fi for monthly members. You can join there to access the whole PDF library for the Uke Revolution. It also has the materials for the lo-fi thing that's happening, the creativity and songwriting thing that's happening. Right now we are around day 5 out of 10. Day 6 will be released for members tomorrow, and day 5 will be released for the public tomorrow. And this arrangement, I put it a step down. The original key is E. The corresponding chords for the original key are on the song sheet. We're going to play in D so that we don't have to like live on the E chord all the time. The strumming for this song is really fast if you do it just like the original. So we already have that challenge, so I didn't want to also make you guys play an E just all the time. I don't want to play an E all the time either. If you want to play with the original, in the original key, you want to play along with the original track, you can use these chords from the lesson today and capo 2. So this song on paper looks pretty straightforward. The trickiness, the Paul Simon genius of it is the lyrical phrasing, the melody phrasing is pretty sophisticated. It's not super straightforward, so it's a bit hard to sing unless you've been hearing this song all your life. I have not been hearing this song all my life. Somehow I got on the Simon and Garfunkel train, but I kind of missed the Paul Simon train as a child. So I'm getting into it now with Graceland, and this song was voted in by members. So if you're interested in being on kind of the board of directors for the Uke Revolution, then you can join on Ko-fi and you'll get to make suggestions and requests and vote things in with the other members. Yes, but this is super fast strumming, and it's very much like if you're interested in playing like bluegrass, this is a good entry point. This is how they strum in bluegrass music, is just super fast. But I'll also show you how you can like simplify it so you don't have to strum super duper fast if you don't want to. I think that's it. I think that's it. Okay, now we got the sound working. Woohoo! The chords today, pretty easy chords. D. Here we go. Just seeing how loud that's getting compared to my voice. Okay. D, G, B minor, A, A7, and C. So, real simple. Let's like talk about the real simple stuff first. Before I just turned my sound off by accident. Okay. Let's talk about how easy it is to just look at the chords. So this song is in 4/4. We have 4 beats per measure, but we're subdividing it, and it's super fast. So it's like 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a. It's like a train, a cross-country train kind of feeling. And that's how you get this kind of like a good song for driving. Like it's a good driving song, right? Because it's got that really fast ticky 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 rhythm. Sounds very Americana. Yeah. So in between each of these forward slashes is 4 beats. So we have D for 8, G for 8, B minor for 8, and A for 8. What's gonna feel like it's confusing is that you can play the island strum with this, but you're double timing it. You're gonna play 2 rounds of island strum, down, down, up, down, up, for each one of these bars. So instead of playing 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, we're playing 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up. So that notation will be a little bit unfamiliar. And I'm going to show you the strum pattern, like rhythm notation, in a little bit. So for the verse, we have these chords. Sometimes they're 1 time, sometimes they're 2. 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. See how many? Yeah. The first verse is very short. They're only 1 time. The other verses that follow, we play this twice, this set of chords. So this verse pattern of chords will repeat depending which verse it is. And then for the chorus, we have D for 4. Then we're going to play D for 2 and A7 for 2. D for 4. Then we have C and G for 1 beat each. We move kind of quickly through those. Back to D for 2. So let's play the verse chords with just a down strum on the 1, 2, 3, 4. Like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Here we go. D, D, G. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. B minor. A. What are those lyrics? I'm going to put lyrics up later, but just to give you an example of this with just a down strum. 1, 2, 3. The Mississippi Delta was shining like a national guitar. Following the river down the highway through the cradle of the Civil War. So you can keep it really simple for yourself by just playing the down strum for strumming. If you can't keep up with that, I can't keep up with either. It's so fast. I often take a break when I'm playing this song. Take a break from the really fast island strum. Okay, and then let's play through the chorus chords the same way, just a down strum, so you could see where these come. The D has 2, the A7 has 2, and then here it's C, G, D, D. Let me see. 1, 2 on the D, 3, 4, D, 2, 3, 4, D, D, A, D, C, G, D, D. I'm going to keep doing it for a while. 1, 2, A7, D, C, G, D, D, 2, 3, 4, D, A7, D, C, G, D, D, A7, D, C, G, D, D. I'll do it like 2 more times. A, D, C, G, D, D, A7, D. Bum, 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 I'm going to Graceland, Graceland. Memphis, Tennessee, I'm going to Graceland. Bum, bum, bum. Poor boys and pilgrim families, and we are going to Graceland. C, G, D. So this set of chords, this 4 bars, as you can see here, it says times 4, so it repeats for the chorus. And I know that's the first, I know the first chorus, it's 4 times. I'm like, are they all 4 times, all of these choruses? I think they are. Yeah, all the choruses have these chords 4 times in a row. So you're like plugging in this little thing and you go for it. Okay, let me show you like the strumming. Let me show you the strumming situation. You got some different options here. So the second line, I've already talked about this doubled island strum. So you can see the counting is 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a. So we're playing down, down, up, down, a down, down, up, down, a down, down, up, down, a down, down, up, down, up. And I was trying to like, wait, let me see. I mean, you could like single time it, regular time it, but it's just gonna lose. It's gonna lose that urgency feeling that he's created in this song. Like, we are in a fucking car. That's what this song says to me. We're going there. Like, he's in the car and he's like, is this the right thing to do? So he's trying to convince himself with this. So let me show you, if you do it up to speed with this down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up. I'm keeping it really light in my strum hand. Like, I'm not really hitting everything. Keeping it really light. And some of them, a lot of them will be chunks. A lot of them will be like just a bare little flick of the strings. Because if you're trying to like really hit it all the time with this kind of speed of strum pattern, it's just going to sound, it's going to be stressful for everybody. We're just keeping it real light. We want to keep the beat. We want to keep that ticky, ticky, ticky rhythm, but we don't need to like be pounding people in the face with strums all the time. So let me show you if you play it double time like normal, and then I'll see if I can like regular time it if you played it with just one round of down, down, up, down, up in each bar, but it's going to sound really different. So this is sort of, I'm not even going to do up to speed because it's so fast. The Mississippi Delta, shining like a national guitar. I am following the river down the highway through the cradle of the Civil War. Going to Graceland, Graceland, Memphis, Tennessee. Ah, see, I already messed it up. I wasn't planning to go to the chorus that time, and I just I just started doing it. Okay, if I half time this, so I'm only going to play 1 round of island strum per bar, and we'll see how it sounds if you do that. If I can like reroute, I can like rewire my brain. Rewire my brain for it. So we're going 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, I have to slow down. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Mississippi Delta, shining like a national guitar. I'm following the river down the highway through the cradle of the Civil War. Mississippi Delta, shining like a national guitar. Almost the same tempo. I just want you to see the contrast. Following the river down the highway, the cradle of the Civil War. Going to Graceland, Graceland, Memphis, Tennessee. I'm going to Graceland. It's so, it's so out of control when you do like the double one. It takes a lot of practice. So we're gonna be like playing it pretty slow today in the demonstrations. Let's see. The top line here, this is just a just down up and plug it in and you keep going. And this happens in the original one, I think in the intro, and then like in between verses and choruses. This like really hard to sustain. It's really hard to sustain this. But I'm giving you all the stuff from the original so you know it. This one, this mute down, mute down, mute down, mute down. This is really like borrowed from kind of bluegrass rhythms. So you can mute with your strum hand, either depending on how you strum down. If you use just your thumb, you probably mute with your palm. Let me do the D. If you strum down with all your fingers, then you're probably going to mute with your knuckles. So your hand is always in a fist. But again, this is like pretty difficult to maintain because this down strum is coming on like the off beat. So it sounds more rhythmic. It sounds more snappy than if you were strumming on the 1 and the 3. But it's kind of hard to maintain if you don't have like a band behind you, like a drummer doing it with you. And then this down, 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 down. That's what we just did, practicing the chorus and the verse chords, just strumming down 1, 2, 3, 4. Today when I play like the whole thing later, I'll probably do one. Oh, I don't know if I can make it through a whole one with island strum. But I'll probably do one with just the down strums, and then we'll do one with a jiggy 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 jiggy. Good morning, Simon. Yeah. When y'all voted this in, I listened to it, I was like, okay. Who wants to strum fast? Raise your hand. This is the song for you. Okay. I know why this is throwing me off. Okay. This is what I'm talking about, how this double island strum is going to throw you off a little bit, maybe. In a bar like this one with the D for 2 beats and the A7 for 2 beats, this actually means that we're playing each of those chords for one round of the island strum as we know it. So D will be down, down, up, and A7 will be down, down, up, down, up. When you get to the C and the G, the easiest, most efficient way to do this is just play a down strum for the C and the G. Yeah. Just play a down strum for C, a down strum for G, bump, bump, and then that D at the end, that's also one like regular round of down, down, up, down, up. So if I do this, I'll do this one slowly because it's a little more complicated, like the changes with the doubled island strum, but I'll slow down the tempo. 4:22 uke time. Well, I'm glad, Mimi, I'm glad we can be here for you through your insomnia moments. Okay, I'm going to play, this is 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. D, D, A7, D, C, G, D, 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 A7, D, C, G, D. Going to Graceland, Graceland, Memphis, Tennessee. I'm going to Graceland. Oh, boys and pilgrims with families, we are going to Graceland. My traveling companion is 9 years old. He's the child of my first marriage. But I have reason to believe we both will be received in Graceland. The very slow version. Yeah, but we need to take it slow with this one before we get to up in that tempo. So I'm going to put the lyric. I have the first verse and the chorus lyrics. And I'm going to play through it once here with just a down strum, the 1, 2, 3, 4 down strum. And then I'll do it once with the doubled island strum. Kind of a little bit faster than what I just did. No, okay. Here we go. 9:23. Everyone do time check. Here it is, 3:25 p.m. on a rainy afternoon. Very chill rainy afternoon. Rainy season has arrived in Southeast Asia. Okay, so we're doing down, down, down. And I am going to address the intro, stuff happening in the intro on, hi, OC. I am going to address stuff happening in the intro eventually. I just wanted to get to the basics first. Okay, I'm going to start singing in just a second. Here we go. Right now. The Mississippi Delta was shining like a national guitar. So Americana. I am following the river down the highway through the cradle of the Civil War. I'm going to Graceland, Graceland. Memphis, Tennessee, I'm going to Graceland. 3, 4, C, G, D. Poor boys and pilgrims with families, and we are going to Graceland. 2, 3, 4, C, D, D. My traveling companion is 9 years old. He is the child of my first marriage. C, G, D. But I have reason to believe we both will be received in Graceland. C, G, D. Ooh, see, when you do it, the down strum is okay. I think, like, honestly, when I played along with this, when I was making the arrangement, if I would try to play along with Paul Simon at Paul Simon's tempo, I could not keep up. If I was doing the down, down, up, down, 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 down. But totally fine with this. Okay, let's look at the intro thing, because that's not the intro. Where's intro? Hey, that's not either. Wait a minute. One of these I did wrong. Hang on. Let me find the thing. Outro. Intro. There it is. Okay. I put the wrong thing. So this little, like, snippy snappy G trick, you can apply it other places in the song. It's just like, it's pretty difficult to slip it in there, slip that G in there. So I wanted to show you, like, the rhythm of it, but not put it everywhere in the arrangement that it comes up, because it's a little bit intimidating. So these bars that have D and then they have G on the 4, there's a note in the song sheet that says this G comes on the E of 4. So in that 4-anda, it's the E-anda right at the end of the bar. It's very quick, and this strum is going to be the very last up, down, up of the pattern for that bar. Where is that? So, like, here, if you look at the second line of the strum patterns, the doubled island strum one, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, that last up, down, up, that's where this G comes in. And this happens kind of every now and then in the song, and it's like barely noticeable. It's just this little, it's like they're driving down the road and it's a little rock in the road. And then ding, 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 and whoop, ding, 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 ding. So if we play it, I'll play like this second line on this intro here. We're going to play D for 7. We're going to play D for 3 bars. And then we have in the last bar, the 4th one, D is down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up. And then the G is up, down, up before you go back to D. So I'm going to do it really slow, and then I'll do it faster, and you can see like how tricky this is. But I want you to know that it's there in case you want to do it. Okay. Okay, I didn't start the bars yet. Right now, the second line, D, 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 D. I can't even. Let me slow it down because I can't even get it in. Wait. Okay. I'm going to do it slower. D. Second bar. Third bar. D. G. Like that. Up, down, up. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3. 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 and a... And if I speed up... See, like if you're up to tempo, it's really hard to like slip that G in there. But if you want to do it, if you want to try to do it, if you want to make strum challenge for yourself, turbo strumming challenge, this is the song for you. So this intro, yeah, the beginning of the song, it's a bunch of D. If you leave the G out, it's just a bunch of D. And then when we get to like, the third line, those 2 bars of D on the end of the third line, those are the verse chords starting. We start the verse chords before he starts singing the verse. So you've got D for... Yeah, thank you, Mimi. I can do it better if I don't count 2. Yes. You're making a point I try to make around here all the time about strumming. If you have to count it, you're probably going to lose the flow. But I wanted people to like see where it's coming in the demonstration. And once I started counting, I was like, oh crap, am I going to be able to play this? Yes, so we have 4, 8, 12. It's basically like 12 bars of D. Putting the G in if you want to on those 2. 2 bars of G, 2 bars of B minor, 2 bars of A, just like the verse. And then there's a couple bars of D before like the actual verse with the lyric starts. But just so you know, the intro is basically a bunch of D, a verse, and then the verse starts, the real verse starts. And touch on the outro real quick. So after the third chorus, there's a verse where there's just like some backup singers going woo and doing this woo stuff. And then it's basically the chorus chords are the outro. And they fade out in the original production. So we've got like 1 round of the chorus chords with some kind of chorusy lyrics. And then those chords continue and the song fades, but you can end on D. So the nice thing about, at least the one thing that simple thing Paul Simon left for us is that the structure is pretty straightforward. If you're not playing a verse or a chorus with lyrics, then you're playing D. I mean, this has a woo lyric. Woo woo. Yeah, in between the verses and choruses, we're just hanging around the D chord waiting for the next verse to start. And those little interlude chords are in there, I think. Okay, so I'm going to play the whole thing Let me put just the basic chords up. If anybody's coming up in here late-ish and they want to get a little screenshot or something. Now this is somewhat simplified. That like sneaky G kind of happens a little bit in the chorus in some places, and I just thought, ooh, it's like such a whisper of this like hint of a G, so like we can take it out and it's fine. So we're gonna play a little down, 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 and I will do that intro. Yeah. And I'm probably going to flub up some of the phrasing, especially in verse 2 and 3. Not as familiar to me. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. Intro just strumming down. D. 2, 3, 4. Second line on the intro. D. 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 D, 2, 3, 4, D. On the third line, D, 2, 3, G, D. 1, 2, 3, 4, G. Now it's starting. We're like, oh, this is the Graceland that I know. Here comes the verse. It's B minor. A. Okay, come back to the D, and then we wait for the verse to start. Right now, the Mississippi Delta shining like a national guitar. B minor, following the river down the highway through the cradle of the Civil War. Chorus, going to Graceland, Graceland. Memphis, Tennessee, I'm going to Graceland. 3, 4, C, G, D. Poor boys and pilgrims with families, we are going to Graceland. C, G, D. My traveling companion is 9 years old. He's a child of my first marriage. Almost was that reason to believe we both will be received in Graceland. C, G, D. I'm turning my page. Hang on a second. Interlude. D. Verse 2. She comes back. Wait. She comes back to tell me. Wait a minute. Let's figure out where this comes in. It's on that last interlude D. She comes back to tell me she's gone. Okay. The D on the interlude. 1, 2, 3, 4. She comes back to tell me she's gone. 1, 2, 3, 4. As if I didn't know that. As if I didn't know my own bed. B minor. A, as if I never noticed the way she brushed her hair from her forehead. And she said, losing love is like a window on your heart. Everybody sees you're blown apart. Everybody sees the wind blow. This is what I'm talking about with phrasing. I'm going to Graceland. Graceland, Memphis, Tennessee. I'm going to Graceland. Dun, dun, dun. Poor boys and pilgrims and families. We are going to Graceland. C, G, D. My traveling companions are ghosts and empty sockets. Looking at ghosts and empties. Reason to believe we all will be received in Graceland. C, G, D. I'm going to visit verse 2 again later in a minute. Okay, D. There was a girl in New York City who calls herself the human trampoline. Sometimes when I'm falling, flying, or tumbling in turmoil, I say, whoa, so this is what she means. She means we're bouncing into Graceland. And I see losing love is like a window in your heart. Everybody sees you're blown apart. Everybody feels the wind blow. Chorus in Graceland, Graceland. I'm going to Graceland. feelings I cannot explain. There's some part of me that wants to see Graceland. And I may be obliged to defend her for every love, for every ending. Or maybe there's no obligations now. A reason to believe we all will be received in Graceland. And we're gonna go woo. Woo. Oh, 3D and 4D and to the G. Chorus in Graceland, Graceland, Graceland. I'm going to Graceland. C, G, D. And then we fade out. Guys, Paul Simon. Every time I do a Paul Simon song, I'm like, damn you, Paul Simon. He always brings, I mean, this is why he's a celebrated songwriter, because like you can imitate, but you can't duplicate. He always gives us some little challenge within a song that's like seemingly simple every time. And that is genius pop songwriting. So there's a couple of lines where like he starts the phrase of the next lyric a little bit earlier than you're expecting. And one of them is on verse 2, everybody sees you're blown apart, and then the same thing happens in verse 3. And I almost got the one in verse 3. But yeah, it's tricky. So I wanted to go back and like look at that real quick before I try to play with an island strum. Oh, Lord, help me. Let's see, where is it? Okay, verse 2. So this, she said, losing love is like a window in your heart. Everybody sees you're blown apart. Wait. Is like a window in your heart. 2, 3, 4. Everybody sees you're blown apart. Everybody sees the wind blow. I know I'm not doing that everybody sees the wind blow line right. I would have to listen to him again. But basically, that line at the end of verse 2 and verse 3, everybody sees your, it comes a little bit earlier than you're expecting it to. I also meant to say, anytime like in the lyric section, actually let me pop this up so people can see what I mean. Anytime I've got like here at the beginning, even there's the Mississippi Delta, there's a D over that, and then there's a D again over shining. I'm repeating the chord for the next bar. So in the beginning of the verse, we're playing 2 bars of D. So I'm putting like the first bar of D is here, this first D with Mississippi Delta, and the next time the 1 comes around for the second bar of D, I'm putting it over that lyric. So it's kind of like a landmark to tell you where we are in playing that chord. The Mississippi Delta was shining like a national guitar. And then that's why I put 2 G's at the end there. There's no lyric to guide you, but you're kind of holding those chords a little bit longer than you might think or might feel. So I'm showing that in the lyric section by putting it twice. And then, yeah, but then I forgot one. Dang it. The B minor. Yeah, I need to go fix that because there should be another B minor here somewhere. Where else did I screw that up somewhere else? I have to go back and check. So that, and then and then when you get to somewhere in the chorus, like he is a child of my first marriage line, that D is only 1 bar because there's only one there over a lyric before you get to the C and G. So it's kind of like, I'm just showing you, don't forget you have to play these chords longer than you might think, or here you have to play it shorter than you might think if you don't want to go back and reference like the chord layout. Let me see. Oh, okay, I did do it. I did remember the 2 B minors on like verse 3. Oh, I know what's happening with my computer. My memory's low and it's having to process all this video, and it's like, girl, I don't have any room to process this video. Can you please delete something? Let's delete this. That'll help. Free up some memory space. I've been recording so much stuff for the that 10-part thing that have so many big video files on the computer right now. Okay. What I was saying is I did remember to put the B minor in verse 3. And sometimes when I'm falling, flying, or tumbling, so you can see like the B minor comes on sometimes, and then it's still there, and the beginning of the second bar of B minor comes on tumbling and turmoil. Okay, I'm going to play it with a strum, but I'm not going to take it that fast. I'm not doing Paul Simon fast. Okay, I want to do something I feel like I can sustain here for the whole thing. I put the intro chords up. Also, because I'm going to put in that little G that we talked about. And then that's going to be it. Okay. Okay, guys. Okay. One. Down, up, down, a D. Okay, so here's the first bar of the intro. D. 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 Second line. D. Guess what? D. D. Uh-oh. D. G. G. Fourth line on the G. B minor. A. Anybody's arm tired yet? My arm's tired. D. Okay. Mississippi Delta, shining like a national guitar. I am following the river down the highway to the cradle of the Civil War. I already almost lost it. Okay. Going to Graceland, Graceland, Memphis, Tennessee. I'm going to Graceland. C, G, D. Popeyes and Pangos, families. We are going to Graceland. C, G, D. The traveling companions, 9 years old. Child of my first marriage. Ooh, a reason to believe both will be received in Graceland. Turning the page. Okay, and we're back at it. Ready, go. She comes back to tell me she's gone. As if I didn't know that. As if I didn't know my own bed. As if I never noticed the way she brushed her hair from her forehead. God, so hard. She said, losing love's like going away your heart. Everybody sees your blown apart. Everybody sees the wind blow. Going to Graceland, Graceland, Memphis, Tennessee. I'm going to Graceland. C, G, but I've reason to believe we all will be received in Graceland. C, G, D. I'm turning the page real slow again. Get a little break. Okay, Andy. There's a girl in New York City called Selma Human Trampoline. Sometimes when I'm flying up something and someone I say, whoa, so this is what she means. She means we're bouncing into Graceland. I see losing love is like a window in your heart. Everybody says you're blown apart. Everybody feels the wind blow. In Graceland, Graceland, going to Graceland. For reasons I cannot explain, some part of me wants to see Graceland. Ooh. Oh, obliged to defend forever love, ever ending. But there's no obligations now. Maybe I have a reason to believe all will be received in Graceland. We're gonna go woo, 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 gee, gee, be better, yeah. Back to the chorus in Graceland, Sland, going to Graceland. Whoa. So, you see what I mean? See what I mean about the strumming? I almost had the train off the tracks a couple times. It is a tour de force of strumming. If you have aspirations to be in a bluegrass band, you better get that wrist. You better get that wrist into shape. And I wish you good luck. One of the first bands I played ukulele in was an Irish band. We did a lot of bluegrass stuff, a lot of Irish music, traditional folk music, and bluegrass are intertwined, and there's a lot of that. You get bluegrass shoulders like this from having to keep this drum up. But I was not the lead. I was a side hoe in that band. So I didn't have to keep the train on the tracks all the time. And believe me, there were some days where I was just doing this. So if it seems like a lot of people have like a big attachment to this song for sentimental reasons. So if you're one of those people and you need to strum down so you can sing your little heart out to the song, you do it. I'm going to go back and fix those little things with like the second chord in a couple places being, and I think I might have left out an interlude. I think I might have left out the interlude between the chorus and verse 3, or maybe there's not. Maybe there's not one. I can't really remember. I mean, it's just going to be 2 bars of D anyway, like we did. Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's all of the things. So, I'm probably not going to be live for a couple of weeks. If you're a member on either one of on Ko-fi or on Patreon, there's a little video with the June update. So there's still going to be new exclusive content coming, but I don't think I'm going to be able to live stream next month. Or if I do, it will be very casual. It will be very casual. It'll probably just be like hanging out, not teaching a song. There will be more like recorded lesson kind of things happening. Yeah, that's it. If you have any questions or concerns about Paul Simon, if you need to join the Paul Simon victims of trying to play Paul Simon songs support group, we are here for you. There's some other Paul Simon songs around the library and lessons around the channel. That's it. Thanks for hanging out, y'all. I'll see you around. I'll see you on the channel. Bye.